Welcome to the Hobo and Girlfriend Wrestling Podcast. I am, again, Hobo Tom, and, well, unfortunately, my girlfriend is not here right now. But a little bit about the shows this week. There was a event in Daytona Beach. NXT always comes to Daytona, and it's always a fun show. Unfortunately, I could not make that show. I had to go to work, and, well, work sucks. So, what I have for you today, because there was a show, I'm going to show you a little bit of highlights from a previous show that I went to, and this was about a year ago, so some of these names have moved up on the list. The feuds are different, and there's also a couple other small things. I know Asuka's on main. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Some wrestlers aren't there anymore. They've been cut. So let's start off. We're going to the first match, and you will see some video clips of at least their entrances, because that's all I took down at the time. We had Adriana versus one of my favorite wrestlers, Caius, also known as Chris Hero. And that was a fun match. And again, it was that fun, good opening match. Chris Hero obviously won. Can't remember much of it. It was probably a good back and forth action between the two. The next one I do have some emotional attachment to, though, because this was Sonya Deville when she was NXT versus one of my all-time favorite female wrestlers in Princess Kimber Lee, and as she was known as Kimberly Franklin, and eventually became Abby Lathe. But
contest. Well, who would now like to see our NXT Women's Division in action? I thought so.
big thing with this is that, and it truly broke my heart, Princess Kimberly lost. So, and I have no idea why they did this, but they jobbed her out, and that sucks. And really, I can remember it was a good match. Princess Kimberly got pinned. I think the crowd started or tried to start to chant, "You're my princess." She lost, and I'm like, why? I mean, Sonya Deville again. I guess she was destined to be good, but Kimberly and the indie scene won the Chikara Men's Heavyweight title. I think either from Frightmare or Hollow Wicked. I forget which one, or they might have been the same one. It was a while ago. But again, that fan favorite. Then she changed her name, and recently she was actually let go by NXT, which sucks because now you can't see her anymore. So I do feel a little bit lucky where I got a chance to actually see her perform, and that's a good thing. Then after that match, there was a short promo.
You know, NXT is a global brand, just like Raw and SmackDown, and we've been expanding at the beginning of this year. We brought several new recruits to the Performance Center from China, and I'd like to give you all the opportunity to get to know one of those recruits a little better right now. So Daytona Beach, if you would, please welcome Yambo Wong! Hello, Yambo.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Kimber Lee, but my friends call me Boy. You guys is my friends, so you can call me Boy.
Boa, you have just messed up. You have one opportunity to talk, and you bring up heavy machinery. You should talk about the hottest, newest tag team there is. A former NXT Tag Team Champion and a former Marine, Blake and Cuddy. And you have treated us just like the entire society.
It featured a Chinese wrestler, and I forget his name. Then you had Blake and Cutter come on, and then you had Heavy Machinery show up. And I don't care what kind of what they do. Heavy Machinery is still a really good team to watch. Okay, then you had again, some match. two really good developmental talents showed up. I can't tell you much about it. I don't think I remember much about the match. One was obviously, I want to say, the Brazilian heel, and the other, I think, was a local wrestler from Orlando. So I think they were just there kind of as a quick filler to get some exposure.
Well, that was definitely something to tweet about, wasn't it? All right, let's keep the action going. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Honolulu, Hawaii, 250 pounds, Hobo.
Yeah. Oh yes, my rating system. So with Adrian versus Caius, because I did forget this. That was really a really good match. I enjoyed it. That's a cheeseburger match. Sonya Deville and Kimberly Franklin. I was so upset. I'm like, really? That's they could have done so much more with her. That's really the Candice Sue match. It's like, yeah, it was good, but uh, the promo was fun, especially when Heavy Machinery got involved. It's a ham sandwich. I have no idea who the guy was. I don't think he's wrestled since. They came in and ran him down. It was good. It's what it was. Um, Again, the two local guys had no idea who they were. Really, just that nice, good warm soup. It fills you up. Doesn't do much, but it works. And then the next match was a tag team match, and this was actually pretty good because it featured Cesar Bonani versus Lars Sullivan versus Murphy and Strong, and this was kind of fun. And the reason it was fun is that this was in the stage of Lars Sullivan NXT career where he would tag up with someone, lose, and then just beat the smack out of his partner, saying almost to say, "Why did you lose? You're supposed you lost, I lost." And again, it was just an overall pretty good match. Again, nothing too special. I think the fact that Lars began to show some of his character work, I'd give it a ham sandwich. I mean, it was nothing great, nothing spectacular. Murphy and Strong worked pretty well together. You know what? I'll bump it up. That's going to be a cheeseburger match. Now that I think about it, Roderick Strong's just too good. Again, for Roderick Strong, this was, I think, just when he started to come into the program and people were like, "Oh, we've heard of you, but what have you done in here yet?" And I think after this match, he started to really get into some good programs. But again, it's a cheeseburger match. Roderick Strong, I don't. Again, you put him in there against the Broom, he'd have a ham sandwich match. And just the fact that Lars Sullivan absolutely destroyed Cesar Bonanno was worth a cheeseburger rating. Then you had Lana versus, I think she changed her name, but I forget what it was in here. Lana came in, she did her whole dance theme, which was kind of fun, and that's when Lana started her wrestling career. So again, a good, fairly quality match. Nothing to really write home about. again, a cup of soup. I think this whole card really overall was like a ham sandwich. I mean, minus the 2 matches, and even the main event was a good quality main event. I'll give it that much. But again, when they have that cluster mixed tag team, 6-person mixed tag team, it's like, yeah, everyone got their spots in. It was good. Then again, I think you had Demetrius Bronson, again, who I think is local because I've never seen him on NXT TV, and I've only seen him really at house shows, versus some other very tall, big gentleman who's supposedly the African prince, come from Africa and just destroy people. I don't remember much about this match other than I think that African prince guy had a wardrobe malfunction. His belt broke and his pants started to fall down, and the crowd kind of booed and laughed at him at the same time. Again, nothing really tremendous going on there. And then we had the main event, and this was a really good main event. It's hard to argue about it. You had the iconic duo, who again I haven't seen on NXT for a while, not even at the house show circuit. I don't know what's up with them. Although granted, they are from Australia, and there might be work-related issues. This is wild speculation and just maybe making a guess to why they wouldn't be there. Hey, you know what? Maybe honestly, maybe they just miss home. I mean, if you had transplant me from Daytona Beach and stick me in California, I'd probably long for Daytona Beach too. After a year or so, it's like, again, maybe just homesick. Maybe you just want to say, you know what, we've been here in the States and now we want to go home and see everyone. And I understand that. But again, you haven't seen them on TV, I think, in a long time. Haven't seen them at house shows in a long time. It's just hard, I guess. And then they teamed up with Andrade Cien Almas tranquilo. And again, he came out in his whole party boy mood. They had some real fun in their entrance. The Peyton Royce and Billy Kay held the ropes open for him, and then they started to dance, and it was fun, really good entrance. And then they had their opponents of Aaliyah, who I think at the time was really kind of an unknown wrestler. She was like the local not local enhancement, but she was the developmental talent there. But the real kicker is that I got to see Asuka in a wrestling ring, and again a lot of things, but for some reason the Japanese female wrestlers, they're tiny, and I saw her and I'm just like, she's short. Even standing on the second rope, she's short. I think the top rope comes like right about her like neck and head area, so it's just that odd. And then again, their male counterpart was Hideo Itami, and again it was a good match.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is an intergender six-person tag team match.
And in this match, everyone kind of did the spots that they're known for. I want to say Hideo Itami hit the GTS on Andrade Cien Almas. Tranquilo. But, I mean, just for being that match, just because the fact Asuka was in it, and you had the iconic duo, and they had some good entrances and some good character work between everyone. I mean, it's a cheeseburger match, though. I mean, I think this card was good, but not as good as it could have been. Again, it's really hard to argue about the value. Really hard to argue the value-wise. It's great. I mean, I got in there, sitting in the general admission section for $10. I was still like literally 5 rows from ringside. I had great seats. You can see all the action. You can see all the interaction. It's hard to say it's a bad value. Again, this whole card was maybe that really good gourmet ham sandwich or OK cheeseburger match. OK cheeseburger card. Very, very difficult to say. Um, and that's really about it. Later today, possibly tomorrow, you're going to get the Hobo and his girlfriend wrestling reviews from both Raw and SmackDown. I think in a couple more weeks they're going to start up Lucha Underground again, and I definitely want to get to them because they are really good. If you want to see good indie level action on TV, you definitely want to watch Lucha Underground. That's it for now. Again, please like and subscribe to this video. You can email us, well, eventually us. Again, my better half has a real job, and again, there's reasons why I am Hobo Tom. So again, please like and subscribe to this podcast. If you would like to, you can feel free to send us an email, and one day I promise I will post our email address, but it is hobo and his girlfriend at gmail.com. Everyone have a good day. Thanks. Bye.